very, very fun. Please, Jolteon was my father. Call me Jack. Mako Zones is a classic map ever since the last game, and it is in this game, especially with the recent patch, buffing and changing a lot of different weapons. I think it's one of the most balanced maps in the game. I'm expecting to see, this is obviously a very good pencil map, but I also think with how things are changing in the meta recently, we might see a more aggressive comp featuring a Stringer and a Dynamo, or maybe even a E-Leader here, because both of those weapon comps thrive very well on this map. It's very, very long and with great sidelines, and with Dynamo able to peek around the rubber barrier in the middle, as well as hit people up on ledges. It's very good at securing control of mid and then pushing into the opponent's base. This is a pretty back and forth map. It is possible to lock out the opponent, as on any map, though it's not as crazy as something as, say, like what's the lockout map in Splat Zones? Hold on, brain work.
Ooh. Haggle? Haggle's a pretty lockout heavy map in zones. I'd say like Ship Shape Cargo Zone.
Ship Shape is definitely nothing that you'll probably see tonight, folks, but for
Umami,
sure, like,
maybe?
Umami was probably what was coming to my mind. Is that is a very easy map to get locked out in if you do not know what you're doing. But I'm sure we won't see anything like that, because we got some top of the line teams right here. I'm only very familiar with Event Horizon. Yeah, this is about what I expected from them: a Pro Blaster, Decapitator paired with the Dreadringer, and a very similar looking comp from OSHA Violation. We do see the pen, which is to be expected, and we're just gonna get right into it here as both teams are heading straight for mid.
Absolutely, and I do want to point out that OSHA Violation has decided to go with the custom blaster, so we might be seeing that triple ink strike in that zone to cap in mid to cap that zone area, which probably is the strat here for this team comp. We see OSHA Violation is going to be taking the first cap here as they push forward towards Event Horizon's base. We see some really nice ledge play from Oguri Cap here on that blaster with Waffle here in the bubble with that decap trying to get control back, and they do manage to do so.
Yeah, the double bubble right there, pensing whoever was in mid, so allowing them to get the bubble. Not only does, protect you from damage, but like since the enemy can't paint it makes it very helpful for Splatoon. A quick nice little triple kill right there from the decaf player. Wonderful, wonderful use of mechanics, and that's just good skill right there. I have a hard time fighting decaf, but that was like very great use of distancing right here. Taki using their crab and allowing their teammate to get in with that splashdown right there, able to secure 2 quick picks, forcing a bubble and securing another. And that Booyah Bomb's probably not going to be up as effective. That's a delayed wipe on the side of Event Horizon, and OSHA Violation is already swiftly back in control. Both teams right now are just like playing for, not keeps, they're just playing for special. Right now we see a cooler come out. We have Carney, take over.
Okay, so we did see that OSHA Violation did pop their Sippies in that mid. They're looking to try and hold that zone from Event Horizon. Event Horizon does end up going 3 down in the moment now as OSHA Violation pushing forward with that crab, trying to get Event Horizon to stay back away from them. We're heading towards that 20-point mark now. Event Horizon really has to get up and into the zone, and with a 3 down on OSHA Violation, they do manage to take control of that zone, giving OSHA Violation a 56 tick penalty, which is quite a lot of points to get through, especially if you're OSHA Violation trying to retake a lead after Event Horizon might get that lead away from them, honestly.
Yeah, that Booyah Bomb right here probably just, I was expecting it to suppress the pencil right there, but actually quite smart of trying to keep the Slosher away from mid. Didn't do as much as it did. It seemed to just delay right now. That splashdown's going to get canceled right there by the Reef Slider. What I was trying to say earlier, folks, through my mumbling, but it just immediately gets painted over. But even with the buff Reef got with much more blast radius, it is very vulnerable, especially when there's only one person left in zone after its usage. So it needs to be coordinated with right now. They're already halfway through their penalty points here on OSHA Violation, and Event Horizon right now needs to be working together. We see a bubble pop, allowing Taki to secure a kill right here. It's going to get shredded by those strikes, and they don't manage to take control. That blaster is just keeping the rest of Event Horizon in their base right now. They're staggering right now. That's 2 down on the side of Event Horizon. This Booyah Bomb is going out, but unless they can get a kill or get them in, it's not going to do much. They do manage to neutralize zone for just a moment, but it's down again for 1. Oh, I thought it was going to neutralize right there. It neutralizes afterwards.
It's always the after the countdown ticks over that the zone ends up neutralizing. Unfortunately for Event Horizon, OSHA Violation was really able to have a solid control over mid during those last couple of minutes there that we saw. That blaster on Taiki Shuttle just doing a really good job of holding that zone area, doing some really nice ledge play, which means that OSHA Violation is going to be taking this game under their belt as we move forward to Undertow Spillway Rainmaker, a very volatile map mode that I'm expecting to see a lot of carnage in.
Yeah, very much. Ah. Interesting. What I was trying to... what I was about to comment on was the feels bad feeling of when the zone neutralizes or flips after the time is up, because yes, it does suck. I found that funny because typically it's a feels bad because it flips as soon as the time ends up, and it doesn't, but you still lose the game. But right there, it was like a good 2 seconds after it said game, and I was like, well, that's just kind of funny is what it is. Funny is maybe not an emotion or a feeling that exists here on Undertow Spillway Rainmaker, because this is a very, very, oh god, how do you even describe it? It's a very,
laughter,
it is
only pain.
It is pain. It is painful. Not as much as I would argue the tower control is more painful, especially when you get through that second checkpoint. Like that stuff's not fun right here. But this also, depending on where you take Rainmaker, but most teams will take it up of their respective left side, trying to avoid the massive overhang and unpaintable ramp up to their opponent's base. But that area is just so narrow. It's such a kill zone. But also, controversially, if the carrying team of the Rainmaker kills the enemy team, then there's nothing stopping them from getting to the barrier right there, because this is that is immediate.
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen some really quick matches on this map mode specifically, and while I feel like we might have a little bit more of an even out match here, I wouldn't put it past OSHA Violation to just take the KO for this set almost immediately. Now let's see if these teams have had any comp changes to sort of match up with the vibe here. We can see not really much has changed from Event Horizon, but I do want to point out that we have a jet in play here.
That we do have a jet in play right now. We also have the other Dread Ringer, the crab one, this is a very, very good crab map. I often see it. I don't see this version of Dread as much. After the recent buffs, I do see it a bit more often. It's very, very interesting weapon to use. That back is unfortunately going to negate any damage that crab would do, so that's just you need to back up right there, my friend. They do manage to outlast it and secure the thing. The quick little backstab right there from the Decapitator. Waffle looking to try to get another kill. That bubble unfortunately not coming out to save them before they could kill the person in on jump. Rats right here just looking to maintain area. Unfortunately get shot down by the teamwork right there at Event Horizon. At first, it looked like OSHA Violation would be the first ones to get points right here, but it was actually Event Horizon. They picked up Rainmaker, and they're making solid headway to the checkpoint right now. All of OSHA Violations on the right, and not able to really do much. They make it down to 65 points. That's not bad for an initial push.
Absolutely not. And with 3 down, the ball is now in OSHA Violations court as they leave that Rainmaker out to dry next to that checkpoint, preventing Event Horizon from getting any further points up until that Rainmaker reset. Now it's an absolute bloodbath in mid here as we move forward. OSHA Violation does end up getting 2 down, but the 2 remaining do have their specials in the back pocket ready to get something going. We can see here Taiki Shuttle just doing a really good job of staying alive, and that is the name of the game when you are playing in that neutral. Now, I know I said that we had a jet in the mix, but I do want to point out that it is indeed a V-jet, which is where that Inkvac is coming from. Now, unfortunately, that Booyah Bomb does end up taking out that Rainmaker before we're able to get it towards that checkpoint area, but it feels like both of these teams have been having kind of a hard time getting that Rainmaker out of mid, except for that one time where Event Horizon could not pop that checkpoint.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time when I see somebody pick up Rainmaker in this, they get checked almost immediately. So seeing both of these teams just fighting out in mid right now is very interesting. OSHA Violation does have the slight range advantage thanks to that Jet Sculpture right now, and the utility of the buffed vac is very helpful. But right now, they are just sort of like pinned back. Once again, Event Horizon has the Rainmaker, and they're just hanging out in mid. They're more than willing to play it safe. They have a bubble set up right here. A second bubble coming out along with a crab is going to allow them for sure to be able to secure that checkpoint. The strike's coming out a little bit too late. It does disperse the members, putting their blaster a bit far ahead and forcing the rest of the team to scatter and leave them for dead. That Splashdown unfortunately not able to get a kill, but able to secure one a bit after. But it seems that actually OSHA Violation was the one to lose members in that confrontation right now, because Event Horizon hasn't even really budged. And hopefully they're going to get that Rainmaker before it resets. They can't. Oh, yes, they do.
They do, in fact, get that Rainmaker before that resets as that Booyah Bomb is thrown out into that corridor area. Now we can see that Rainmaker on the Dreadringer trying to get into that podium, not really able to get out of that corner, but they are down to 15 points till a KO. Event Horizon does end up going 3 down, but we can see here that we have Velvet just hanging out in their base before they do end up going down. OSHA Violation has the Rainmaker under their control on that Jet yet again, but that Jet looks like it's going to be trying to go alone into that left side area, which is not good, especially if you're the Rainmaker holder. I really want to see OSHA Violation back up that Jet there and have the members of their team just get picks in front of the Rainmaker, so that way that poor Jet doesn't fall to 5 million bomb spam.
And 5 million bomb spam, including a much bigger one in the form of that Booyah Bomb. Right now, OSHA Violation just feels very disconnected from their team, mainly in the form of their positioning. They are just always on the wrong side of the map that they need to be on. They are eventually able to catch up with Event Horizon, but it's not after they make massive headway in points, get the checkpoint, or like separate and then kill their leading member of their team right here. They are now a bit more together, and with that vac and the lovely strikes right there, they are going to make it to the checkpoint. They do seem to get it before the Rainmaker burst right here. They did lose 2 members in the process, and with only 40 seconds left, they need to hold the line right here. They can't afford for Event Horizon to get any like very necessary picks and force the Rainmaker into a reset position. They might go for it right here. Looks like they're not trying to sacrifice one of their team members, since OSHA Violation does have control of mid. Oh no, they're doing something diabolical, Carney. No.
They're doing the funny thing right back into the base. They knew that they were going to win that Rainmaker game, and Velvet just taking a run for it. 10 seconds left on the clock. They're doing a victory lap at this point with the Rainmaker at their back. It is just completely
Why'd you kill him? You could have just let him fall. Why'd you do it? No, the biggest fumble I've seen in centuries.
Oh, dude! You hate to just fall off the map last second with the Rainmaker, but unfortunately, OSHA Violation was not in the spot to grab it at the last possible second and kind of punish Event Horizon for that slip-up. But Event Horizon does take the game. We are now tied heading into that Game 3. So I'm very, very excited to see what this Game 3 has for us to offer. But, like, honestly, what an incredible game for Event Horizon. They were able to push it up into that checkpoint several times, pop the checkpoint, and then against all odds grab the Rainmaker last second and move it to that 15-point mark before their goal was reached. Wow.
We did just see the instant replay. So Carney, I think it needs to be stated. What was about to happen was, unfortunately, Velvet's positioning was just a little off of where they were very much in a position that the Tri-Slasher could still hit them, but we're trying to take them out. And the knockback that the Rainmaker does, because when you do any form of shot with the Rainmaker, it pushes you backwards. So what was happening there is that Velvet actually knocked themselves off of the map, which in any other situation would mean the Rainmaker would reset. And because if a Rainmaker resets at the end of the game, it goes into overtime because the team is not holding the Rainmaker. So it was actually possible that OSHA Violation could have potentially grabbed the Rainmaker and made a comeback since they had more control of mid. However, However, unfortunately, their Tri-Slosher killed the Rainmaker before it reset. So it stayed up there. But we have to leave the tragedy in the past right now. We can analyze it later, as right now we see both teams in their comps similar to the first game, sticking with the Crab Dreadringer right here as we head into Hagglefish zones? Question mark? Zones? Tower? To zones. It's zones. Sorry, folks, I'm still a little hung up on the Rainmaker. Right now, it's zones. We see early Crab coming out right here. Taki Shuttle trying to get any type of pick right now, forcing the members of Event Horizon off to the side and forcing the jump out. Very smart right there from that member of Event Horizon, knowing that that Crab could very much hit them around. And they're countering with their own Crab right now. I'm just trying to see how quickly they can take this zone or if they can hold it right now. Unfortunately, with that blaster down, they do still manage to do so.
Yeah, and I do want to point out that Event Horizon is running that double bubble trouble here, as we have two members of Event Horizon two of them have a bubble in their pockets, ready to be popped out at any possible second here. OSHA violation, I do want to point out, switch from the jet to that pencil, so the Sippies are still going to be in play here as we are moving forward. We see Oguri Cap with that excellent ledge play, as we saw in that first game, and they are already starting to tick those points down past Event Horizons. They're getting a little bit too close to that lead switch for Event Horizons' comfort here. We see those tri-strikes coming out as they do end up losing that lead. The Booyah Bomb does go out, but it is not enough to be able to neutralize that zone. But with two down on either side, Waffle from behind here on that Decapitator is just doing the lion's share of getting that zone underneath their control. What a play!
What is a Crab to a Waffle Iron right here, as we see Waffle managing to secure another kill and allow Event Horizon to retake control right there. I very much like that push. Waffle noticed that members of Event Horizon were very far back. The Slosher building up special for their Ink Strikes was just very far back and not pushing or poking anybody on Legend. This is a very poke favoring map right now. Oh my god, that Crab got shredded. But it was just very easy for Waffle to go around the side and take out the Crab and then scatter the rest of OSHA violation. They have now managed to recover and regain control of the zone, but not before Event Horizon can take lead right here. They are counting down through their penalty points though, and it's possible they might take lead here as there's still over 2.5 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, a sick direct from Oguri Cap onto Galaxy, as we can see that Crab on top of the glass looking to try and get back control. It is just an absolute bloodbath in mid here, as we are looking at 2 minutes and 30 seconds left until the match is over now. OSHA violation once again in control, and they lead swap yet again, taking care of Event Horizon and just trying to move forward. Really bullying Waffle over there, as we can see a Booyah Bomb incoming into mid. Once again, not really enough to neutralize it, as that auto bomb was thrown a little bit too late. We're going down into the single digits now, as we can see that Event Horizon does end up capping that zone, giving OSHA violation a 62 tick penalty to work with. Event Horizon is not backing down that easily, as we can see that Crab going forward, trying to control space in mid. Galaxy getting a really good direct onto Rats here, as Oguri Cap from behind trying to get any sort of pick that they can, as OSHA violations Crab is on glass now, threatening that mid with those triple strikes combo. They do end up neutralizing that zone.
Oh no! Ooh. Oh no! They did not kill that blaster before pushing up right there. The blaster was able to sneak around, deal with the pen, force it to retreat or kill it, and then came around and killed the one member of OSHA violation and forced them back. It's counting down to just 10 points left right here. OSHA violation has to get in. They have a bubble already. They have to get in right now, but unfortunately they aren't able to do it. And even though it's the same heartbreak, Carney, but this time it wasn't even the pity of the zone switching 2 seconds after the end of the game. Event Horizon redeeming themselves and taking this game for their own 2-1. What a wonderful first set that was.
Absolutely. Event Horizon reverse sweeping that set with a really nice win on Hagglefish zones. Now let's see that replay here. That last couple of seconds, we see Velvet just being able to charge and hold that Booyah, tossing it in. As we can see now, we're moving into the single digits on Event Horizon as the rest of the members of OSHA violation move forward, trying to neutralize the zone. But like you said, same heartbreak, too little, too late. The timer ticked down before the zone could neutralize, meaning